The shop was crowded, with people in a hurry, people half awake, people complaining about the weather. Ethan, focused on adding sugar to his coffee, didn't notice when someone bumped his elbow. Hot coffee splashed onto Lily's sketchbook. She froze. He panicked. "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," Ethan blurted, grabbing napkins. Lily shook her head. "It's okay. It's just a sketch. Nothing serious." But she said it too quickly, and Ethan noticed the tiny heartbreak in her voice. She noticed the worry in his. And in that small exchange, two tired souls accidentally revealing pieces of themselves, they felt something neither could explain. Ethan insisted on buying her a new coffee. He apologized again, awkward but sincere, while Lily tried to make him laugh to ease his guilt. 5 minutes turned into 10, and 10 turned into 30. They talked as if someone had opened a door they didn't know existed. She learned he was brilliant but lonely. He learned she was talented but lost. Neither admitted it, but both felt strangely understood. Still, they separated with nothing more than a polite goodbye. The connection was real, but too new, too fragile, and life had already made them skeptical about trusting strangers. But life wasn't done. The next week, Lily received a message from a Seattle creative agency. They wanted to interview her. It wasn't just any opportunity, it was the one she'd been waiting years for. The only problem? They needed illustrations for their pitch, and her coffee-ruined sketchbook meant she would have to redo everything from scratch. That night, sitting alone in her small apartment, she felt herself breaking. She didn't have the energy, the confidence, or the time. Tears blurred the lines on her page. Meanwhile, across the city, Ethan sat in his dim apartment, staring at a framed photo of his younger sister, Emily. She'd passed away years ago from a chronic illness, and ever since, Ethan had buried himself in work, avoiding anything that reminded him of her. But tonight felt different. He kept thinking about Lily's sketchbook, her passion, her frustrated smile. Something about her reminded him of Emily, maybe the creativity, maybe the warmth. The next morning, fate intervened again. Ethan and Lily ran into each other at a public library. Both were shocked. Both laughed awkwardly. Both secretly felt relieved to see each other again. Lily admitted she was struggling. Ethan listened, really listened, and offered to help. He wasn't an artist, but he knew how to organize, motivate, and problem-solve. Soon they were sitting across from each other at a wooden library table, sipping cheap vending machine coffee while Lily sketched and Ethan helped her sort her ideas. Hours passed. They didn't notice. When Lily's hand cramped, Ethan massaged her fingers without thinking. When Ethan went quiet, Lily gently asked what he was remembering. For the first time in years, Ethan spoke about his sister. The pain. The guilt. The emptiness. Lily didn't try to fix him. She simply held space for him, her presence gentle and grounding. They worked together for the next few days. They laughed. They shared stories. They discovered similarities, favorite movies, fears, dreams, even matching scar on their right hand from childhood accidents. What they didn't know was that their connection went far deeper. Lily's interview day arrived. She nailed it. The agency loved her work, her style, her passion. She walked out of the building glowing. Ethan wasn't far behind. He had waited outside the entire time, pacing like a worried older brother, secretly praying for her success. When he saw the joy on her face, he felt something inside him shift. Something warm. Something terrifying. But fate still had one last secret. A few weeks later, Lily's mother called her unexpectedly. They hadn't been close. They hadn't talked in months. But her mother sounded nervous, trembling. There was something she had kept hidden for 28 years. Lily was adopted. Her birth mother had passed away long ago. And her birth mother had another child, 2 years older. A son. His name, Ethan Walker. The world stopped. Lily dropped the phone. Her breath vanished. Her heart pounded so hard it hurt. She couldn't move, couldn't think, couldn't understand how the universe had played such a complicated trick. Ethan, the man who felt familiar. The man who helped her. The man she trusted. The man she began to depend on. Was her brother. She felt the ground disappear beneath her. Ethan reacted the same way, shock, disbelief, tears he didn't even try to hide. He kept whispering, "I wish I had known, I wish I had found you sooner." And then something beautiful happened. The grief didn't separate them. It brought them closer. They cried, not for what they lost, but for what they finally found, a family neither of them knew they still had. Their hidden connection, woven through years of quiet longing and unanswered questions, had finally revealed itself. They spent the next months rebuilding their emotional world, together. Healing old wounds. Creating new traditions. Filling the empty spaces in each other's lives with warmth they thought they'd never feel again.